Raze Chaos.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You have made it back to my channel, and I appreciate you. You're awesome, especially you. Okay, I got another pre-order from Big Apple. I have enjoyed checking their stuff out. I like the idea that they tend to have a pre-order for a new DC figure pretty much continuously. Like, you know, I got the Black Adam, and before I even got that, this was available. And right about the time this was ready to come out, they had yet another pre-order, which, yeah, I gotta know, I've already put in for. So, great job keeping me coming back, Big Apple. I'm sure that other DC nuts do the same thing, but yeah. So, let's check this big boy out. Big boy, bad boy, whatever you want to call it. Got this. It feels like DC does like some core characters and then occasionally gives you a different, unique one. And yeah, it's not like Marvel where they keep popping them out like constantly. So who do we get? We got Brainiac, one of the biggest Superman villains of all time. So big that his name is actually synonymous with Brainiac, just being a very intelligent person. And if you didn't know, this is actually where the word comes from. Anytime you hear Brainiac all the time. It's like, okay, Brainiac. That is actually referencing this comic book character that came out in the late 50s. He was action villain. His whole thing is that he was actually, they've kind of flipped back and forth where he was either the alien, he was an alien, super intelligent alien that was extremely well advanced, and they flip back and forth. Sometimes he's actually an AI that evolves into dangerous levels. And other times he's just that. He is an alien. He's the guy that shrunk down the city of Kandor. That's one of the big things. Is for a while he was shrinking cities, a unique city. So he had one from worlds all over the universe. That there is also a story, a version, I guess, is DC. They kind of restart and reboot things like every 20 minutes. But yes, he's gone from being the type who, shrink down a city to keep it for, his own vast archive of knowledge. In some cases, he would actually destroy the city the planet from which the city came from. And in some places, he's actually an AI that was created on Krypton, and he's the one that actually kills or actually destroys Krypton. Others, he's from another planet where there are many like him, but he was one of the few to break out and I guess become individual instead of a hive mind. But yeah, even then, like at one point, especially like one of the big incarnations was actually when he had a full-on robot form, a silver robot form, that you really get to see in Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's the primary Brainiac that's in that. And he has the iconic Brainiac ship, which even when they change his appearance, a lot of times they bring Brainiac ship they leave that untouched because it is so iconic and recognizable, and which is just basically his robotic head with little tentacles on the bottom, which is very Cthulhu-like and is very appreciated. The old one always appreciates. So we're gonna break this out, have a look at it. I've only had this for like a week before I was able to actually open it up, and yeah, he's got a very unique green tint to him. I don't know if he's supposed to glow or not. It doesn't say anything about glowing on anything that I've read, but he kind of glows in the light. To be honest, it's a unique green to him that looks really good. And yeah, there's not much to him. I mean, he's a supercomputer, and there's all his little modules, his ports, I guess you'd say. He can plug that in. He can use these to link up with other computers, take over. He's actually kind of, in a lot of ways, responsible for a lot of hardship for Superman. If you notice, you know, his two of his biggest enemies, being Lex Luthor and Brainiac, all center around intelligence, where Superman, you know, tends to be the brawn. Intelligence is the what? The fights the brawn? That doesn't make any sense. It's like, yeah, if you can't be strong, be smart. But strong's still gonna whoop your ass. That's kind of a messed up way of thinking, but yeah, the surviving villains, since they can't reach the physical power level of Superman, they tend to be insanely smart. And yeah, he aside from shrinking down Kandor, he actually was the big deal behind Warworld. He put that together, and eventually gave it to Mongol and everything. So his figures were in that, and if you really follow that line of events, that really kind of makes Brainiac one of the key factors responsible for sending Doomsday to Earth, because that came shooting out of Warworld. And yeah, that shot out a little Doomsday that ended up killing Superman. There was in one of my favorite Superman stories of all time, which would be Whatever Happened to the Man of Steel, where yeah, that's basically the death of it's a death of Superman story, which is brilliant. When the Legion of the Superheroes come back to present day and talk to Superman, saying, "Hey, this is the last day in our recorded history where Superman existed." He was apparently defeated by his greatest enemy, and of course, even though that's like something that somehow this gets advertised that, hey, Superman's supposed to be killed by his greatest enemy, and everybody's like, well, that's me, let me get out there. One of the things I enjoyed about that story was that essentially Brainiac and Lex Luthor actually merge, and I believe they did that in the animated series too. There was a lot that they took from, if you liked the Batman, or not Batman the animated series, well, yeah, Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, that really has a lot of, let me see about going a while without talking about him. But yeah, there are the Alan Moore influence on that was, well, the Alan Moore influence on DC Comics is unmistakable. But yeah, the idea of Lex Luthor and Brainiac merging into one super being is really a great sight. This is the more modern look of him. There are several good stories that have come out with Brainiac, and I should really stop rambling about him and just focus on how gorgeous this figure is. But yes, we are still on. I took a detour. The Tuesday videos are single pop featured, single character featured. We're still in the bombshell month, so to speak, which that really didn't work out too well since I did the Gotham box. Since I did the Gotham City Nightlife box, which was absolutely awesome. But yeah, there's still more bombshell stuff coming. We just took a little detour with a little bit of Superman stuff. This is a great figure. I believe it's still available on Big Apple Collectibles. So if you want to grab one for yourself, they are available and they are out. So I don't have like a coupon link or anything, but but just to let you know, that's where it is. That's where it comes from. And I keep looking at this big green head. But anyway, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give me a comment down there if you are a DC fan and love Brainiac. Tell me what your favorite Brainiac moment was in the comments below. If you are a fan of some of the Brains versus Brawn Superman stories that they put out. And I will see you back here in just a few days.